What's happening, everybody? Brian Edwards, MajorWager.com. Um, Here is your NCAA tournament primer that I've been trying to get to. I had some internet issues yesterday, and actually the tournament has started. The Gators in the first game trail Virginia Tech by 6 at the break. I got Gators are down by 10. I got them plus 8.5 in game for a good little chunk. All right, so here I just want to go through, what I've got going in my bracket. Although the deadline, again, I meant to get this up yesterday, has passed, but I've got Illinois winning it all. I'm real chalky, or at least in what I consider my main bracket. I'm real chalky. I have Illinois winning it all over Alabama. I have 3 1 seeds making the Final Four. I have Bama beating Gonzaga and Illinois beating Baylor. I did do another bracket where I picked Oklahoma State to win it all. I think Oklahoma State is the best future bet at this point at 40 to 1. I think West Virginia at 45 to 1 is the second best. Maybe Arkansas. Well, actually, Arkansas already started their game tip with Colgate. They were like tied pretty early. Um, but I have Arkansas going to the Elite Eight. I have West Virginia going to the Elite Eight. I think Oklahoma State got a bad draw because if they advance, they will play likely Illinois in the Sweet 16. Let me go over some. Well, Georgia Tech ACC Player of the Year. Moses Wright is out at least this weekend, but I doubt Georgia Tech makes it to the Sweet 16, especially without him. Um, Oklahoma's Devion Harmon, second leading scorer. He and Wright tested positive for COVID. They could maybe be back to the Sweet 16, but I don't see either team making it that far. As for some picks today, I'm going with Oral Roberts plus 16.5 against Ohio State. They are 4-0 against the spread. Their last four is a double-digit dog. They only lost by 5 at both Wichita State and Oklahoma State. Only lost by 11 at third seeded Arkansas. And as an underdog this year, the Golden Eagles 8-3 against the spread with 3 outright wins. Ohio State is 1-4 against the spread its last 5 as a favorite. I'm looking at that Baylor over with Hartford at 140, over on 11-1 run for Baylor in its last 12. They lead the nation in 3-point accuracy, 42.9%. I like UNC tonight minus the 1.5. Also like over 156.5 on Ohio State Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts has seen the over go 16-7 overall, and they are 13th nationally in scoring with its 82.0 points per game average. And the Golden Eagles are second in the country in free throw percentage and 8th in 3-point accuracy. They got a lot of shooters. The over is also on a 15-8 run for the Buckeyes. So I like the Oral Roberts and the over. I like UNC. I like the Hartford Baylor over. Tomorrow I like Eastern Washington plus 10.5 to KU. KU's Jaylen Brown, 12.1 points, 8.2 rebounds per game is out with COVID. And David McCormick, another double-figure scorer for the Jayhawks. He is not getting to Indy until today. This game's tomorrow, by the way. He gets to Indy today. He's been away from the team, unable to practice or anything. I don't know if he had COVID or if it was just safety protocols. And yeah, I'm sporting my colors right there. You know it. We're gonna come back and beat these boys. But anyway, he's gonna play, but he's been away from the team for a week. And Eastern Washington has won 13 of its last 14 games, 10 of those wins by double-digit margins. They're 3-1 against the spread in 4 games as underdogs. They only lost by 3 at Arizona, only lost by 5 at St. Mary's. So I like Eastern Washington against a KU team that is not on the level of most Bill Self KU teams, and it's got some personnel issues. I have Winthrop beating a wounded Villanova team, which is not the same without Gillespie. Winthrop hasn't really played anybody. Now, that might have just been because of COVID or just scheduling issues because of COVID. I don't really know. They are 23-1 straight up, 13-11 against the spread, but they're only number 91 in Ken Palm because they played nobody. They've only played one top 100 Ken Palm team. That was Furman at number 92. They beat them by 16. But Winthrop, they're deep. They have 11 players average at least 11 minutes per game, and they've got a 6'7" point guard in Chandler Vaudrin, averages 12.3 points, 6.8 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Winthrop has not tasted defeat since January 29th. They're catching 6.5 to Nova. I like the Eagles, looking for their second tournament win in program history, the first since 07 when Greg Marshall led them past Villanova, and I called it in December. Winthrop was my blind pick that year. Used to do blind picks every December way back when. Hit a bunch of them. Had Northwestern State when they beat Alford in Iowa in Alford's last game with the Hawkeyes. But I digress. What else? Over on a 19-6 run for Oklahoma State. Over on a 14-5 run for Texas. The under has cashed in 5 straight for Eastern Washington. Check out this stat on Oregon State. In there, where'd my yellow pad go? All right. And yeah, I had it memorized correctly. Oregon State last 16 as a dog, 13-3 against the spread with 9 outright wins, and the over is on a 6-0 run for the Beavers. With Sparty getting beat, and what a heartbreaker. I had Michigan State last night, blew a 14-point lead. UCLA wins in overtime. With Sparty getting beat, there is no Spartans. There is no Duke. There is no Louisville. I feel like, there is no BBN Kentucky. Shout out Jim Rhodey. But guess who is in this tournament and remains in this tournament, only because he hadn't played yet? The disgraced, the always annoying, the man that'll never ever go away because he sucks. Rick Pitino is in this NCAA tournament with the Iona Gales that had 2 extended COVID pauses this year. Unbelievable. No Kentucky, no Louisville, no Providence, but Rick Pitino. You know who else is back in the tourney? Patrick Ewing for the first time since 1985 when Villanova, what did they shoot from the field that game? Like 76.8%. Pulled the upset, beating Georgetown by 2 at Rupp Arena in Lexington, and Rolly Massimino afterward said, "Nobody believed in my team, but I did, and I'm going to go get a big plate of pasta." But Ewing is back in the tournament for the first time since 85, as Georgetown won 4 games in 4 days at MSG NYC to win the Big East tournament, including a 25-point win over Creighton. Teams I'm down on coming into the tournament: Virginia, Florida State's fading. My Gators have been fading. Michigan. Oh, there's the most important injury I didn't even mention. Isaiah Liverts. Michigan will be the first number 1 seed to get beat, and it might be by the winner of St. Bonaventure and LSU. By the way, the under's on a 14-4 run for St. Bonaventure. Go to MajorWager.com. Read my bracket analysis. I didn't put it in the word counter, but I'm going to guess it's got like 3,000 words. All good stuff. Think you'll like it. Injury intel, ATS trends, over-unders, yada, yada, yada. Oh, and here's another one as I look at it. Georgetown, it's like, I think that number with Colorado moved to 5.5 or maybe even 6-ish. But last 15 as an underdog, Georgetown, 11-4 against the spread with 8 outright wins. All righty, folks. I'm Brian Edwards, MajorWager.com. Tourney time. Good luck with your bets. Over and out.